Recently, conflicts concerning the Arctic have emerged. Reports estimate that the region contains 13% of the world's undiscovered oil reserves and 30% of its untapped natural gas reserves. Greenland also harbors some of the world's richest deposits of rare earth elements, which is why the US president has shown interest in acquiring Greenland from Denmark. The US and Canada have long disputed the status of the Northwest Passage, a potential Arctic shipping route that traverses Canada's Arctic archipelago. The UK has repeatedly emphasized the strategic importance of the Greenland-Iceland-UK gap, a crucial choke point for NATO's naval defenses. Since Sweden and Finland joined NATO following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the alliance has intensified its military presence in the region, including large-scale exercises near the Russian border in Finland in 2024. China has also steadily become more vocal about its Arctic interests, declaring itself a near-Arctic state in 2018 and planning the construction of its first nuclear-powered icebreaker. It has proposed a polar Silk Road as part of its Belt and Road initiative, aiming to establish economic and scientific footholds in the region. The recent interest in the Arctic arises as climate change accelerates the melting of ice caps. Beneath the frozen Arctic landscape lie untapped reserves of natural resources such as fossil fuels, rare earth elements, phosphates, copper, and lucrative fishing grounds. As climate change impacts the Arctic environment, these resources and nearby trade routes will become increasingly viable. Unlike Antarctica, which is demilitarized and environmentally protected by a dedicated international treaty, the Arctic lacks similar legal safeguards and is primarily governed by the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. This allows nations to claim territories in the region and deploy military infrastructure. In recent years, overlapping maritime claims and military posturing have heightened tensions. The various islands and coastal areas in the Arctic are controlled by 8 countries, that is Canada, Denmark through Greenland, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Russia, Sweden, and the US. Together, these nations form the Arctic Council, an international body tasked with protecting the environment, conducting scientific research, and safeguarding the interests of indigenous people in the region. These nations exercise sovereignty over Arctic land and can also exploit resources within their exclusive economic zones. The waters between these territories fall under international jurisdiction, ensuring freedom of navigation. According to UNCLOS, nations can extend their claims to the seabed beyond the 200 nautical mile EEZ if they can prove that the area is a natural prolongation of their continental shelf. Canada, Denmark, and Russia have all submitted overlapping claims to the Arctic seabed to the United Nations Commission on the limits of the continental shelf. Despite these territorial declarations, infrastructure in the Arctic remains underdeveloped, with only a few operational ports along the coast. Among the Arctic Council members, Russia is the only country with a significant fleet of the icebreakers, including one that is nuclear-powered and capable of navigating through the region's treacherous sea ice. India is neither an Arctic nation nor a member state of the Arctic Council. Still, it holds observer status in the Arctic Council, that is, it actively participates in the Council's activities and contributes to its work, particularly in areas like scientific research and environmental protection. The National Centre for Polar and Ocean Research in India conducts scientific studies on climate patterns, marine biodiversity, and glacial dynamics. India had also established Himadri, its research station in Svalbard, Norway, in 2008 to study Arctic climate systems and their global impact. India's Arctic policy, titled India and the Arctic by the Ministry of Earth Science, aims to build a partnership for sustainable development in the Arctic region. This brings us to the end of our video. We hope you found it informative for your exam preparations. Please click on the like button, share our videos with your friends, and subscribe to Exact IAS on YouTube and follow us on Instagram. Thank you for watching this. I will see you in our next.